1953 was a year of American dominance on wheels. Detroit didn't just build cars, they built icons. This year brought us 5 machines that defined luxury, power, and prestige. The bold Buick Skylark, the groundbreaking Cadillac Eldorado, the powerful Chrysler New Yorker HEMI, the stylish Lincoln Capri, and the refined Packard Patrician. These weren't just cars. They were rolling statements of status, speed, and swagger. Today, we're putting them all side by side to answer the question, who truly ruled the road in 1953? Welcome to CarSwagger, where legends never die. In 1953, Buick wanted the world to know it was more than just a middle-of-the-road brand. And with the Skylark, they didn't just build a car, they built a statement. This was no ordinary production model. It was Buick's 50th anniversary gift to itself and to the automotive world. Limited production, hand-finished details, and styling that made jaws drop. The Skylark sat lower, wider, and meaner than anything else in Buick's showroom that year. Chrome trim wrapped around its curves, while the open-wheel cutouts and low-slung stance gave it a sporty edge that was ahead of its time. It was one of Harley Earl's design triumphs, pulling Buick out of conservative styling and showing that Detroit could do bold. But the Skylark wasn't just about looks. Under the hood was Buick's brand new 322 cubic inch nailhead V8. It produced 188 horsepower, serious muscle for time, and paired with Buick's Dynaflow automatic transmission, it delivered silky smooth acceleration. The nailhead got its name from its small valves, which gave it unique torque characteristics. The result? A car that could glide down the boulevard with grace, but also had the grunt to back up its aggressive styling. Inside, the Skylark screamed luxury. Leather upholstery was standard, not an option. Power windows, power steering, and even power seats came equipped. Remember, this was 1953, when most cars were still basic transportation. Buick was making a statement. The Skylark was for drivers who wanted prestige and technology at the same time. Only about 1,690 Skylarks were built that year, which makes it one of the most collectible Buicks today. Back then, it cost nearly $5,000, a hefty price when most cars went for half that. It was exclusive, it was bold, and it was Buick proving it could play in Cadillac's sandbox. Looking back, the 1953 Buick Skylark set the tone for what would come in the rest of the decade. It wasn't about blending in. It was about standing tall. And today, it stands as one of the most desirable American classics of the 1950s. So here's the question, CarSwagger fam. Would you have rolled Skylark in 53, or save your cash for something else? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button for more classic car deep dives. Over on Facebook, follow CarSwagger for the daily visuals and community debates on which cars truly rule the road. Thanks for watching. When you talk about Cadillac, you're talking about prestige. And in 1953, Cadillac doubled down on that reputation with the debut of the Eldorado. This wasn't just a car. It was Cadillac showing the world that they owned the luxury lane. The Eldorado was born as Cadillac's answer to the growing appetite for high-class, limited edition models. Only 532 were built in 1953, making it one of the rarest Cadillacs ever produced. And when you saw one on the street, you knew you weren't looking at your neighbor's family sedan. This was the car of the elite. The styling was striking. The Eldorado was convertible with clean, flowing lines, a wraparound windshield, and a power-operated soft top. Chrome ran the length of the body, and Cadillac's signature tail fins added just enough flair without going overboard. It looked expensive, and it was at over $7,700. The Eldorado cost nearly twice as much as a base Cadillac Series 62. That sticker price wasn't just for a car, it was for bragging rights. Under the hood, the Eldorado packed Cadillac's proven 331 cubic inch OHV V8, making about 210 horsepower. Paired with a high dramatic 4-speed automatic, it delivered smooth, effortless performance. This wasn't a car you drove to race. It was a car you drove to be seen. But make no mistake, when you press the gas, the Eldorado had the power to back up its presence. Inside, Cadillac spared no expense. Full leather interior, power windows, power seats, power steering, and power brakes, all standard. In an era when most cars didn't even offer these as options, Cadillac was building the future into the Eldorado. Even a signal-seeking radio came installed. It was luxury stacked on top of luxury. What made the Eldorado even more important is that it was Cadillac planting its flag in the post-war luxury market. Buick had the Skylark, Oldsmobile had the Fiesta, but the Eldorado stood above them all. It wasn't about volume, it was about exclusivity. When people saw you behind the wheel of an Eldorado, they knew you weren't just wealthy, you had taste. Today, the 1953 Eldorado is a blue-chip collectible. With its rarity, iconic styling, and reputation as Cadillac's ultimate statement piece, it commands huge respect at auctions and concours events worldwide. It wasn't just a car, it was a definition of American luxury in motion. So here's the question. If you were shopping in 1953, would you have dropped nearly $8,000 on Cadillac's jewel? Or would you have gone with another contender from Detroit? Drop your choice in the comments. And remember, CarSwagger isn't just about cars. It's about culture. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube for more history and motion. And jump on Facebook to keep the debate going every day. Thanks for watching. By 1953, Chrysler was tired of being seen as a quiet, conservative option in Detroit. They wanted to make noise, and they did it with the New Yorker Deluxe, powered by the now legendary firepower HEMI V8. This was Chrysler's declaration that they weren't just about luxury. They were about raw, unapologetic performance. The New Yorker had already been Chrysler's flagship sedan, but 1953 was when it really broke into the spotlight. The styling was clean, purposeful, and modern. Chrysler wasn't chasing fins or flashy gimmicks just yet. It was all about balance. The wide grille, the flowing side chrome, and the upright stance gave a presence that screamed executive, but not in an arrogant way. If you pulled up in a New Yorker, people knew you had class. Under the hood is where the magic happened. Chrysler had debuted the 331 cubic inch firepower HEMI V8 2 years earlier, but in '53, it became a real centerpiece. Pumping out around 180 horsepower, it gave the New Yorker torque and smooth acceleration that embarrassed plenty of competitors. The hemispherical combustion chamber design was engineering genius, creating more efficient burn, more power and reliability that became the stuff of legend. The HEMI wasn't just a marketing name, it was a revolution. Pair that engine with Chrysler's fluid torque drive transmission, and you had a car that was powerful yet refined. It could cruise the boulevard in total silence, or it could roar to life with muscle-few luxury sedans the time could match. It bridged the gap. It wasn't just a family car, and it wasn't just a show car. It was a machine built to lead. Inside, Chrysler gave a New Yorker everything you'd expect from a flagship. Plush upholstery, generous space, power steering, and a dashboard that looked futuristic for its day. It was luxury, but with muscle lurking beneath the surface. That combination gave Chrysler a whole new swagger. It wasn't Cadillac Flash or Buick Flair, but something different, a no-nonsense, quietly powerful confidence. Looking back, the 1953 New Yorker HEMI helped lay the foundation for Chrysler's performance reputation. It wasn't yet the wild muscle cars of the late 60s, but this was the first spark. This was the car that told America Chrysler wasn't playing games anymore. Here's the question for you. If you were standing in a dealership in 1953, would you have picked a HEMI New Yorker over Cadillac's luxury or Buick's bold style? Let us know in the comments. And remember, CarSwagger isn't just about horsepower, it's about heritage. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube for more deep dives, and roll over to Facebook for the daily car stories and visuals that keep this culture alive. Thanks for watching. By 1953, Lincoln was tired of living in Cadillac's shadow. And with the Capri, they showed the world that luxury and performance could live under the same roof. This wasn't just another mid-century cruiser. This was Lincoln's ticket to credibility on both Main Street and the racetrack. Styling-wise, the 1953 Capri was a turning point. It had clean, flowing lines, wide chrome accents, and a modern wraparound windshield that made it look futuristic. Lincoln wasn't chasing fins just yet, but it had a stance that looked confident and powerful. It stood taller than Cadillac's Eldorado in terms of road presence. Not louder, but sharper, more refined. The Capri told people you were serious about style, but you didn't need to scream about it. Under the hood, the Capri carried a 317 cubic inch wide block V8 producing about 205 horsepower. That might not sound like much today, but in '53, it was impressive. The Capri wasn't just built for the showroom. It was built for the road. Lincoln famously entered these cars into the Carrera Panamericana, Mexico's brutal endurance road race, and the Capri dominated. It didn't just finish, it won. That racing pedigree gave the Capri something Cadillac and Buick didn't have: proven performance under fire. Inside, Lincoln packed the Capri with everything a luxury buyer expected: plush interiors, two-tone color schemes, and options like power steering, power brakes, and power windows. It was comfortable, but it was also forward-looking, blending the emerging luxury tech of the 1950s with performance credibility. What really set the Capri apart was how it positioned Lincoln in the market. Cadillac had exclusivity, Buick had flash, Chrysler had muscle with the HEMI, but Lincoln now had racing pedigree and a new level of respect. The Capri gave Lincoln a swagger it hadn't shown before. Today, the 1953 Capri is remembered as one of the cars that put Lincoln on the map in the 1950s. It wasn't just a car, it was a statement that Lincoln wasn't going to play second fiddle to Cadillac forever. Here's the question for you. If you were standing at a dealership in '53, would you have picked the racing-bred Capri over Cadillac's prestige or Buick style? Let us know in the comments. And remember, CarSwagger isn't just about cars. It's about culture. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube for more deep dives. And head over to Facebook for daily classic content and debates that keep the legends alive. Thanks for watching. The
Peace.
1953 Packard Patrician was a flagship of Packard's luxury line, and it showed. When you saw this car rolling down the street, you knew it belonged to someone with serious presence. At over 4,300 pounds, the Patrician wasn't built for quarter-mile sprints. It was built for prestige. Its massive 327 cubic inch straight-eight engine delivered 180 horsepower, plenty for effortless cruising, while its Ultramatic automatic transmission made driving smooth at a time when many competitors were still pushing manuals. The Patrician wasn't just about performance, it was about craftsmanship. The interiors dripped with elegance: broadcloth and leather seating, wood grain trim, and chrome accents everywhere you looked. On the outside, Packard's designers gave the Patrician a long, flowing body with subtle but commanding lines. Unlike some of its flashier Detroit rivals, the Packard wasn't screaming for attention. It was whispering confidence. And that's what set the Patrician apart. This was a car for executives, politicians, and anyone who wanted to project power without saying a word. It marked the final golden years for Packard before the brand's decline, making the 1953 Patrician a collector's favorite today. Would you have chosen quiet prestige over Cadillac Flash or Lincoln Swagger back in 1953? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is what CarSwagger is all about: the legends, the style, and machines that defined America's automotive golden age. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
And there you have it. The top 5 American cars of 1953. The Buick Skylark, Cadillac Eldorado, Chrysler New Yorker HEMI, Lincoln Capri, and Packard Patrician weren't just machines. They were statements of style, swagger, and power. Each one carried its own legacy, from the innovation of Chrysler's HEMI to the luxury cruising comfort of the Packard. The Eldorado and Skylark brought bold new styling cues that redefined what a premium American car could look like. And the Capri? It was built for speed and class, shaking up the racing world. 1953 was a year of transition, when the industry wasn't just making cars, it was making icons. These rides didn't just rule the road, they wrote history one chrome detail at a time. So, which one would you have parked in your driveway back in '53? Drop your pick in the comments, because here at CarSwagger, we want to know what gets your engine revving. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share it with your fellow classic car fans. CarSwagger is where legends never die, and every week we're dropping more vintage muscle, style, and performance straight into your feed. Thanks for watching, and get ready for 1954. Peace.